Some people shy away from baking because, well, they're afraid of making mistakes. But did you know the first chocolate chip cookie was actually a mistake? Jenn Press Arata is a food writer and is here to show us how to turn your baking oops into something wow. I love this because sometimes you're in the kitchen, you overcook something or it doesn't work out exactly as planned, but you could save it.
You can save it, you can save it, you can make it maybe even better than it would have been before.
I love that. So we got to talk about the chocolate chip cookies. That was a mistake?
It was a mistake. It was a baker named Ruth Wakefield, and she was trying to make chocolate cookies out of butter drop cookies. She put the chocolate in, it didn't melt the way she thought it would, and it became now the most recognizable dessert that we know,
right?
A classic. So there are many ways that you can take something you don't always have the time or the patience to go out and buy new ingredients and start from scratch. So now you can look like you made something from scratch.
Like you meant to do it the whole time.
Like you meant to do it. And tell you what, if they don't know, if you don't tell them, then that's your secret.
Jen, tell me about the recipe contest right off the bat that we're doing.
Sure. On my website, that'ssojenn.com, I'm running a contest, which is really fun. I'm encouraging readers to send in their oops, their mistakes that they have turned into a wow, something that they've salvaged, either that happened or even if they can create something new. And the readers will win this hand-painted recipe.
It's lovely.
It's so much fun, and it's really cute inside, too, to keep all your recipes for all your new either mistakes or new salvage recipes. So.
All right, well, let's get started. This over here looks like maybe lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue pie. This is a true story. This happened to me, and I will share it with you. I was making this pie for my husband's birthday years ago. We were first dating, and I really wanted to impress him, and I worked for hours till the middle of the night, and family and friends gathered, and we got to the kitchen, and we sliced into the pie, and the whole center had not solidified.
Oh, no.
So I say my heart sank along with the middle of the pie, and instead of throwing it away, the taste was there.
Right.
But just the consistency was off. So I put it into a container just like this. I froze it for a few hours, and now we have lemon meringue pie sorbet.
I love that. I mean, it still tastes the same. It looks good. Okay.
So this right here probably looks like a gourmet dessert you'd find in a bakery.
It looks lovely,
and it's actually also from a mistake. I've been there, done that. So let's say you're doing your cake, and you're in a rush, and you're frustrated, and your whole thing crumbles.
You broke it,
Jen. So you broke it. So one trick, if you're making a 3-layer cake, you could turn it into a 2-layer cake if this only happened to 1 layer. Or you break up pieces, and you put it at the bottom of a trifle bowl or a glass dish like I have here, and then you layer it. Make fresh whipped cream. If you don't have time to make fresh whipped cream, always keep a container of whipped cream on hand in your freezer.
Oh.
So that you have it, you can use instant pudding mix that you might have in your pantry, and some fresh berries. You can do mint, chocolate ganache, anything that you want.
See,
and you just keep layering it.
So nicely.
There you go. You just keep layering it until it gets to the top, and
easy.
Voila.
Very good.
The next thing, this happens all the time.
Worst.
So you're making your brownies and you forget to spray the bottom, put your parchment paper down, they stick to the pan. So sometimes you're scraping. You can do one of two things. One, you can mold it like I did here in this ramekin. And I just dusted it with cocoa powder and put a little mint. And you could also, top it with a little whipped cream, a little ice cream. It looks like something you get in a restaurant. Tell your friends that it's individual molten cakes.
There you go.
With a spoon. Or you can make a sundae. You could take whatever pieces you can, put at the bottom of a sundae glass, cover it with ice cream. You got your caramel sauce, your whipped
brownies
cream.
are better with ice cream anyway.
It's so much better. You can warm them too. Actually, if it's really, really stuck to the pan, you can warm them to. Warm brownie sundae is always good. And for the consistency,
a scoop of ice cream on top.
Here's the thing, if it's covered in ice cream, nobody cares what it used to look like.
That's very true. They're going to enjoy it.
Absolutely, maybe even more.
And this is, if you have something like this, you want your blog readers to send it into you.
Absolutely, anything that they can come up with, and it could be, these are different examples with pies, cakes.
But I'm sure bakers have a little bit of everything,
right? A little bit of everything, and it can be cooking too. It doesn't have to be baking at all.
Okay.
It could be cooking any way that you've turned something around.
You fixed it.
Yes.
All right, what's going on down here, Jen?
This is a cake. So sometimes you're making a layer cake, and maybe you don't distribute the filling properly, or the layers are a little bit off. So here it looks a little bit uneven. So you're going to take your frosting just like you would, and you're going to start frosting around the side. But if you notice that it's still kind of showing through, or you can tell that the layers are uneven, you're going to coat the sides like I did here with coconut. And you can really do anything that you want. See, this is kind of an oops right here. I'm frosting the plate, but it'll taste better. So you can cover it up with, it could be the coconut, it could be crushed nuts, it could be a candy bar. If you have nothing else on hand, just take a candy bar and crush it up in your food processor or by hand with a mallet.
These are great ideas.
So you want to cover it like this, and you still, let's say you still frost it and there's some showing through, you just want to get a little bit more of a coat, and then you just take it with your hands, and you just kind of put it in your palm.
And no one's going to tell that it's a little bit uneven, are they?
Nobody will know.
Jen, what else can we find on your blog?
You can find a lot of things. One more tip that we have here is if you do have a crack in the cake or you run out of frosting for the top, when all else fails, cover it with powdered sugar. Do you want to do the honors?
Oh, I'd love to. And it actually, it looks like you meant to do this.
Exactly, and that's really a pretty presentation, even if you don't make a mistake. But sometimes you're making a tort or something that you wouldn't typically frost, and there's a crack. And another tip, if you do not have one of the sifters, you can just use a colander that you might have for anything.
That's very clever.
Or even a large one for pasta if you're doing a big cake.
You make the kitchen very user-friendly.
I try.
Very good. The name of the blog one more time?
ThatSoJenn.com.
All right. Thank you so much for being here and sharing these ideas.
Thank you for having me.